Hey everyone, it's Mallory here with All About Cats, and this video is one of the top requested reviews on this channel, and it is a review of the Petkit Pura Max. So this is an automatic litter box produced by Petkit, which is a Chinese company that's produced a lot of smart pet tech over the last several years and is kind of a rising name in this industry. And I've already reviewed the Petkit Pura X. And a lot of you have been requesting that I cover the Petkit Pura Max as well. So finally, I'm going to be telling you about my experience using the Petkit Pura Max. Purchased it independently, I tested it out with my 2 cats, and whether or not I think it's going to be worth it. So let's get on into it. So the Petkit Pura Max is a great concept. It's nicely low slung, it's very accessible, has a low entryway, a relatively open doorway. It has a decent sized litter bed, and it comes with a highly functional app that gives you lots of insights into your cat's activity. It also seems to have a nice rotating design that should work well, and it promises to do a better job than other automatic litter boxes of controlling odor. And while it did perform pretty well in most of those areas, it has one really big design flaw that I think should probably be a deal breaker for most people. And that is that it leaks a lot. This seems like this is a really common issue that Petkit is aware of, and they're not doing anything to fix it. They're not really helping people with it either. That's not the only thing that was difficult for me with the Petkit Pura Max, and I want to tell you all of the details. So let's start with the design. So as you can see, it is an automatic litter box that rotates. It has this rotating drum that's going to automatically start turning when your cat uses the litter box. It uses a weight sensor as well as an infrared sensor to detect when your cat is approaching. And that's going to allow it to stop automatically if a cat is in the danger zone. And also, of course, trigger an automatic cycle. In addition to an automatic cycle, you can schedule your cycles or do a manual cleaning, and all of that is controlled in the Petkit app. The Petkit Pura Max measures 21 inches long by 24 inches wide and 22 inches high, or 53 by 61 by 56 centimeters. So your cat can easily step into it, like I mentioned. The interior dimensions are also pretty decent, so it's a 16-inch square litter bed, but there's a chute at the back that kind of gets in the way. So at the highest point, it gives your cat 18 inches of room, more or less, depending on how much litter you have in there, but that's interrupted by the chute. And so at the smallest point, it's about 12 inches wide. So there's not a lot of space for a cat to turn around in. So the Petkit Pura Max just started cycling here behind me, and so this gives us a good example of how it sounds. It uses this rotating mechanism to separate the clumps from the clean litter, and then all of that dirty litter is sent through the chute and into a waste drawer on the side. They call the waste drawer sealed, but it's really just covered. There isn't any real seal on that cover, and there also isn't any odor control within the waste compartment. Instead, the Petkit Pura Max comes with a deodorizing module. It's battery operated, and you plug it in on the inside wall of the litter box itself. So your cat is going to be in there with this deodorizing spray. In my opinion, this really is not the optimal setup for this kind of deodorizing system. I would much prefer that it was located within the waste drawer. Now you can get an optional deodorizing unit that you add into the waste drawer, but it's not included with your purchase. You just get this deodorizing spray that is right there with your cat. I don't really consider that to be ideal, and personally I think I would opt for the version without the deodorizer, which costs about $40 less on Amazon. Pouring the litter in can be a little bit tricky, so even if you have one of those relatively slim jugs that could normally facilitate pouring straight in through the doorway, you can't really do that with the Petkit Pura Max, but of course you can just use a scoop and scoop it in. It's not really a huge concern. In my experience, the sifting worked pretty well. There were some clumps that stayed in there, so I think if the clumps land anywhere but on this non-stick mat, the liner mat, then they tend to stick a bit more. Now, I found that the odor control offered by the Petkit Pura Max was theoretically pretty good, but because it has this leaking issue, really bad. So again, it has this liner on the inside. It's supposed to be removable so you can take it out and clean it, but this leaves a little gap. And that little gap means that unless your cat is peeing squarely on the liner, that liquid is going to go over the edges and trickle down onto the underside. And so that's going onto a porous plastic surface. And the longer it sits there, the harder it's going to be to get that out. In addition to removing the clumps from the waste drawer about once a week, you're going to have to do a deep cleaning. And again, this is made more difficult by the fact that it has this leaking issue. So you have to carefully remove the barrel, and make sure that you're not dripping any of the liquid droplets on the bottom. Make sure that you're not getting that on the carpet or your floor. And then you're going to have to maneuver this barrel just to empty the litter. So the Petkit Pura Max doesn't have any kind of empty button or function to make it easy for you to empty everything out automatically. You're going to have to carefully maneuver it so that you can empty all the litter out. And I found that that was pretty tricky. The deep cleaning process was comparable to other automatic litter boxes I've used, but not ideal. I always prefer an automatic litter box that doesn't really have any nooks and crannies that could collect waste. And this Petkit Pura Max, while not the worst, certainly isn't the best in this respect. It's a little bit tricky to get in everywhere and clean it all out. And finally, all of this is controlled using the Petkit app. It's fully functional. It offers everything you could possibly want, and more than a lot of other automatic litter box apps do. So you're able to track your cat's weight, you're able to differentiate between different cats in the household and see how much each of them weigh, you're able to see how much time they spent in the litter box. You're getting a lot of information, and you're also getting a lot of control. So it seems like the app is pretty functional and works pretty well. So overall, I'm not all that impressed with the Petkit Pura Max. I think the biggest issue is this leaking problem, and given that customer reviews indicate this happens quite a bit, and that Petkit customer support seems to be so dismissive and the company doesn't seem to be doing anything to fix it, I just really can't feel very confident about this product. And in fact, I don't really think that it ever should have hit the market in its current state. Petkit should have been able to figure out a liner design that would be sealed properly and not allow this kind of leaking to occur. And the fact that they're telling people to just put paper towels underneath or put some tape around, it just doesn't give me a good impression of the company, and it doesn't give me a good impression of this product specifically. There are a lot of other automatic litter boxes that cost a similar amount and offer better performance and also have more accessible and responsive customer support. I would even opt for the Petkit Pura X instead, if you want a Petkit product that works a little bit better. So if you are interested in giving it a try though, the Petkit Pura Max with the deodorizer costs $699 on Amazon. And you can purchase the version without the deodorizer for $659. Petkit offers a 1-year warranty, so you are protected by that. And they do seem to be doing a good job of innovating in other areas. So I am hopeful that perhaps they will be able to improve upon the design of the Petkit Pura Max, or even release a third automatic litter box that improves upon all of this. Again, this does have a promising design. It has certain features that set it apart from the competition. And when I was unboxing it, I really was hopeful that it was going to exceed the competition in key ways and actually perhaps be a really good option. But at this point, it really just, in my opinion, isn't worth it. So I hope this video helped you to make a decision on the Petkit Pura Max. I know the review has been a long time coming. And I would love to hear about your experience either with this automatic litter box or automatic litter boxes in general. If you have anything to contribute, I would love to hear about it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested in more videos like this, you can go ahead and subscribe to the All About Cats channel. We release a lot of product reviews and buyer's guides similar to this one. And if you want to stay in the loop, another thing you can do is sign up to our email list. So I'll put a link to that in the description. And when you sign up, you'll get newsletters on a regular basis detailing the latest news in the cat world and keeping you up to date on everything All About Cats has to offer. So check out the link in the description for that. All right, so that's about it for me today. Again, I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you in next week's video. Take care. Bye.